Have you ever watched young children attending school for the first time? Their faces are lit up. They were so excited. They got cool new lunch boxes, and they are ready and eager to start their new life journey. Fast forward 3 years, and the parents of these same children are having difficulty getting them to want to go to school. What happened to the happy and excited child who was ready and eager to learn? The scenario is not an anomaly. Today, we are seeing in high schools high dropout rates, high discipline referrals, absenteeism, low college graduation rates, and added to this in the United States has dropped to the middle globally in academic achievement. Why is this happening? It is a question that has produced a multitude of theories or explanations, but bottom line, it is a question that desperately needs to be answered and the problem corrected to ensure the economic and social growth of our country and of our state. If you ask students what the answer is, they'll say, it's boring, it's not relevant. Why do I need to know this stuff? They don't like me. I'm not part of the smart group. Hey, I can't wait to get out of here. I just want to get on with my real life. And on and on. What a sad commentary on a process that consumes the major portion of one's early life. Our current education process is a compliance system with many, many rules and regulations. We tell students what to wear, where to sit, what to eat, what to take, how many hours, how many years, and on and on. It allows adults to manage the system easier because all learning fits in one compliance box. But to capture the interest of students, education needs to be exciting. It needs to be engaging. I can't wait to get back to school mentality. So how do we change the current education paradigm? How do we instill a lifelong learning excitement in students? How do we get them to become excited, engaged, but more importantly, empowered? How do we move from compliance to engagement to empowerment? In reviewing current education processes and looking at the results of a recent education innovation going on in West Virginia, Simulated Workplace, it has won a national and an international innovation award. 3 major education shifts have come to life in some West Virginia classrooms. They are creating a change in the current education paradigm with great results. Simulated Workplace began 8 years ago. It was an idea to change the classroom into a student-led company where the student had a major voice in the activities in the classroom learning, and the teacher's role shifted from a lecturer to a facilitator. As a result of that classroom shift, attendance and achievement rose. Discipline referral almost became non-existent. And after 8 years, West Virginia is seeing and experiencing the results. Students are engaged and vested in their communities. In 2016, there was a horrible flood in West Virginia in the Greenbrier County area. 15 simulated workplace companies around the state created, they implemented, and built and delivered to the governor 15 tiny homes, turnkey, at no cost to the flood victims. 360 state park projects, renovation projects, have been done over the state by simulated workplace companies. Students are empowered in their classrooms and the work. 50 simulated workplace leaders from across the state came to an economic summit in Charleston 2 years ago. And they came up with ideas to hand to the governor on how their companies and their resources could impact the economy in West Virginia. Two of those ideas are being considered today. We have had young people in these simulated workplaces start their own companies. And one young man whose grandfather had a horrible accident with a chainsaw wanted to do something so that no other family had to suffer like his grandfather. So he and two of his buddies created and fabricated a shield for a chainsaw. It doesn't exist in the United States, and these three gentlemen hold the patent for this product. So it starts to beg the question, why can't all classrooms, not just simulated workplace classrooms, but why can't all classrooms produce these outcomes? What needs to happen for all students to be engaged, excited, and empowered within their education experiences? First, we need to change the school environment and culture. Second, the teacher needs to shift from a lecturer to a facilitator. And third, students need to be empowered. Students need to have a voice in their education experience. Schools should be student-centered, the environment, but currently the education is an adult-centered system. Most of the processes and procedures focus on the will and pleasure of the adult, with very little addressing students and their needs. Simply stated, we have a customer service problem. The needs and wants of students have been left out of the education equation, and very few processes and policies lead themselves to a customer, student-friendly environment. Adults make all the rules based on managing the system. An example, research has told us for years that a teenager should not start school before 10 a.m. But the common practice is to start all schools, West Virginia and the country, between 7 and 8, which automatically puts the adolescent at a disadvantage. Another, assessments. The system typically has one large assessment to determine student achievement, college scoring abilities, class rankings, and the stated reason for these one assessment is time and money. But why not multiple assessments? Why not the use of portfolios to provide a larger picture of a student's achievement? Yes, it takes time, but shifting the onus to the student, defend his own mastery of education, provides a deeper and richer education experience for the student while providing a wider opportunity for student success. Changing the teacher's role to a facilitator. In the 1950s, our knowledge was doubling about every 25 years. By 2000, knowledge was doubling every year. Today, currently, our knowledge is doubling every 24 hours. The current education system expects teachers to be content experts. It's impossible at the rate that the knowledge is doubling. Available technology puts thousands and thousands of data and information at a student's fingertip. The teacher's role needs to shift from delivering certain prescribed content to facilitate all of the information that's available to students. Work alongside students on how to access knowledge, how to sort it, how to discover it, and how to apply knowledge to problem solving. Simulated workplace teachers are saying, I didn't realize I was holding my student back by dictating the content. Now, by facilitating, both of us are learning together. In today's education world, we are currently doing education to students. We need to start doing education with students. And lastly, but the most crucial paradigm shift is student empowerment. Giving students a voice, a major voice in their education process allows for individual growth, goal setting, and excitement around their education experiences. As one of my young students in a simulated classroom said, you know, being in this type of classroom makes poor students good students, great students, and great students leaders. When you change the environment to a student-centered environment, when a teacher becomes a facilitator of learning, and when students are empowered and have a voice in their education experiences, magic happens. Magic happens, and we have witnessed this in the simulated workplace classrooms, and we have seen the joy of learning and teaching rise to extreme heights. Evidence is clearly showing us, we should nurture, mentor, and facilitate learning, not determine, decide, and often dictate. We have amazing young people from elementary all the way through college in West Virginia. Amazing. Students are our tomorrow, the doers, the thinkers, the discoverers, and so much more. Empowerment. Empower these young people. It is the key that will unlock their unique door. Thank you.